A few years back, I started going out on walks without my phone. I felt very uncomfortable. I had this constant urge of checking on my phone, like having this thought of checking on my phone where my friends would have called me, or there might be something important that I might have been missing out on. It felt very weird, and I realized that my brain is trying to distract itself in some or the other way. Now, this is something that you already might be knowing, but here's what the click is. The point is when I started resisting that urge and kept on walking, every minute that passed by, my mind just got much more clearer in a way. So I started thinking about how my life would be, about my goals, about my future, about the past decisions which I made. About I started reflecting in a short way, and yeah, it I just got much more clearer. My mind just got much more clearer in a way. So the point is, we never allow ourselves to be alone. So before, when people used to get bored, they used to do a lot of different things. They were very creative in a way. So they would either discover something of themselves, or they would create or build something new in a way. And they would also reflect, think about all the past decisions they must have made, or something which made them grow in a way. But right now, if you see, the moment we get bored, even for 3 seconds, we remove our phone and start watching YouTube or start scrolling something, right? Like, if you think about it, phone has taken our boredom completely. When was the last time you were actually bored? Like, so bored that you were like, I just cannot stay like this. To be honest, even for me, I don't remember the point. Because the moment even I used to get bored, I used to work in a way. So I used to hide that boredom by working. For you, it might be just scrolling or watching YouTube. So we don't reflect the process or question a life, and basically we are staying where you're supposed to stay. We are not growing at all. So here's what happens when one can't sit alone with their thoughts and embrace the silence. The first thing that happens is we cannot understand ourselves. The problem that we are facing internally, we never tend to understand why is it happening, or what is it, or what is the real cause behind it. Because if you see, the moment we are idle, we tend to do something. We tend to, like, we never want to be idle in a way. So we never reflect. We never think about the future or about the past. If something good you have done in the past, if you have done something good to a person, don't you think that you need to think about it, like, okay, I have done something good about some person, and there's a trait that you need to inculcate in your personality. So similarly, if you have done some mistake in the past, don't you think that you should reflect on it and understand why did you do that thing? And if it is something that is very bad, you can, like, disregard it and not make that mistake again. But we never tend to do that, because the moment we are bored, we remove our phone, or we just do some things to avoid it, right? So basically, we are not growing at all, or we are not improving in a way. Second thing, we tend to copy other people's goals. We all have different definitions of success, right? Just because you follow or consume content from all the people around the world, and there's so much information, or the influencers are selling so many dreams to you, you have forgotten your own true dream of yours. They are buying cars, lavish cars, they are enjoying life, they are going for world tours, and that is their idea of success. Doesn't mean that it has to be yours as well. So if you want to live a life at the countryside or on the outskirts of the city, and just want to do farming and stay peacefully with your family, that is not a bad dream at all. That is never a bad dream. But because they have convinced you that you have to live in a certain way, this is the success that has to be there, we are all pressuring ourselves in a way, and we have forgotten what we want. So by chasing people on YouTube or on other creators or other platforms, social media platforms, you are not going to go where you want to go, and that creates emptiness, because that is not aligning to your goal. You're just doing it just because society has made you feel that this is what success is, but it's not compulsory, right? So these things will only come to your mind again when you sit alone with yourself, when you stare at the wall for 10-20 minutes easy. Third, we feel anxious and restless. So with so much information on the internet, with so much consumption that you're doing every single day, you're not able to process the emotions or the knowledge or the information that you're getting into it, right? Every information that you're getting, what are you doing with it? It is just being stored inside your brain. right? And it's not being even processed, and there's no element of yours. So for example, if I were to tell you today, if you want to increase your morning productivity, the moment you get up, even before brushing your teeth, go and work. Now this might be my idea of thing that this is how you should do, and this is the information that I'm providing you, that this is the best way to improve your productivity. And then suddenly for you this might not work, right? Now if you are the kind of person who really reflect and think and implement it, yes, you can tell yourself that this is not something that is for me. For you it might be different, for you it might be something else. So for example, it might be you just want to get up, take something slow, like make it slow, meditate, read a book, go for a walk, and then you might want to come back and work, because that makes you keeps you in the zone to work more. So that is your way of doing things, right? Now again, if I convince you that my productivity is the best, which I will, because I'm a content creator, of course, and if you're not reflecting on it as to if it really works on me or no, you will feel anxious, you will feel restless, because you'll wonder why is it not working for me. Fourth, we feel lost. Again, it is the same thing, right? So if you're continuously consuming content and all the information that is being provided on the internet, then what are you even doing? Because the more you're consuming, your brain is already lost, and the price you're paying is that discomfort and the lack of focus. What you need to do is subtract the information that you're being consuming, and just think and settle down with yourself and think as to what you can do to improve on those things, right? So you will feel less lost in a way. If you never sit with yourself alone, your life will always feel like you're chasing something that you don't even want. So if you think about it, the silence will always help you in getting those clarity of yours. So don't just go and stop that silence and embrace that boredom in a way. So here are the things that I did that I'm following right now, and it might help you as well. So the first thing is, I want you to walk without your phone. I want you to work out, and whenever you rest while you're doing those reps. So for example, if you're going to a gym and you're working out, you did 10 reps, and the rest between the next set, you don't need to touch your phone. Don't do that. Avoid it at all cost. Consume less informational content for some time. Of course, if you want it, then you can obviously do it, but try to consume as less as possible. And the best thing is, sit in silence with yourself for at least 10 minutes. Stare at the wall, stare at the fan, stare at the ceiling, stare at anything, and just sit with yourself for 10 minutes. It might be discomfort, but it is what will make you grow. And the last thing, which even I am trying right now and I'm slowly getting into it, is while eating food, I don't want you to watch any content. Just eat your food and just be as mindful as possible. It really helps. I was doing it before, but lately I'm not able to do it again. So I'm trying to get back at it. If you can't sit with yourself, you will never be able to face yourself. Silence will be uncomfortable at first, but slowly the more you get habituated to it, the less uncomfortable it would be, and you will be able to understand yourself better. And that is the only way you should be growing. Try sitting with yourself and think about all the things that you have done and all the future that you want to create. I'm not telling you to overthink, but just give yourself 10-20 minutes every single day so that you can reflect on all those emotions and all the decisions that you have made. So yeah guys, see you on the next video.